President Trump on Monday announced that Mark Esper will no longer serve as Defense Secretary, and National Counterterrorism Center Director Christopher Miller will serve in his place as Acting Secretary. President Trump said in a surprise tweet, "I am pleased to announce that Christopher Miller, the highly respected director of the National Counterterrorism Center unanimously confirmed by the Senate, will be Acting Secretary of Defense, effective immediately." He also said, "Mark Esper has been terminated. I would like to thank him for his service. Mr. Esper has served as Defense Secretary since July 2019. Senator Susan Collins on Monday became the latest Republican to congratulate presumptive President-elect Joseph Biden for his apparent victory. The Maine senator said, "He loves this country and I wish him every success." Ms. Collins, who won a fifth six-year term in the Senate, said there is a process in place for President Trump and his team to challenge the results. She said, "I know that many are eager to have certainty right now. While we have a clear direction, we should continue to respect the process." President Trump and his allies have alleged widespread fraud and that Democrats stole the election. Much of the political world, however, is preparing for Mr. Biden to assume the presidency. Ms. Collins said, "I urge people to be patient. The process has not failed our country in more than 200 years, and it is not going to fail our country this year." The General Services Administration is facing pressure to acknowledge the results of the 2020 election, which would open up additional office space and support services for presumptive President-elect Joseph Biden's transition team. The GSA is tasked with formally recognizing Mr. Biden as the president-elect in order to start unlocking more government resources for the transition, but doing so would put the Trump administration's stamp of approval on election results the president has vowed to fight in court. A GSA spokesperson said Monday that, "an ascertainment has not yet been made," and that the agency and administrator Emily Murphy would continue to abide by the law. Multiple media outlets declared Saturday that Mr. Biden won the election. The presumptive president-elect also delivered a victory speech in Delaware that night. The Nonpartisan Center for Presidential Transition, part of the Partnership for Public Service, applauded the White House staff and career federal officials for meeting statutory requirements under the Presidential Transition Act thus far. According to a statement from members of the center's advisory board, it said, "We urge the Trump administration to immediately begin the post-election transition process and the Biden team to take full advantage of the resources available under the Presidential Transition Act." The statement was from Josh Bolten, former chief of staff to former President George Bush, Michael Leavitt, a former Utah governor and Secretary of Health and Human Services in the George Bush administration, Thomas McClarty, former chief of staff to former President Bill Clinton, and Penny Pritzker, a Secretary of Commerce under former President Barack Obama. David Plouffe, Obama's former campaign manager, demanded more drastic action. Mr. Plouffe said on Twitter, "The House Democrats need to haul the GSA administrator before an emergency hearing tomorrow. The full House is not scheduled to be in session this week. The Senate is gaveling back in Monday afternoon.